everyone. Welcome to Tuesday. Usually Tuesday means we are doing some trashing of some topics, but today we're going to do a doc talk. We've done like 3 doc talks in a row.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of things to discuss and not so much trash. And today's topic for doc talk is this. We are talking today about federal quarantine, and we want to know, because it's very scary, the idea of people getting coronavirus, right? Everyone is terrified about this. We have like 565 people, I believe was the last number that I read, who are now gone, who were infected by the coronavirus. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but who contracted the coronavirus. Is it infected or contracted?
No, it's probably
Either
both.
way.
Either way.
Either way. So, anyway, but what does that mean exactly if you're in federal quarantine? That sounds terrifying. And I know you know a little bit about this. So I thought I would just talk about a couple of things in general that the types of, who is being quarantined, where are they staying, what does it mean? Do you have any thoughts in general about federal quarantine? Does it work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lock them in them cages.
Oh, God. That is not the way to... You know what? You have to just shock. Shocking people. No.
Lock them up.
Where do they put them?
Well, they're on a cruise ship in the port in Japan.
That is weird.
Yeah, it is. It's like you're on a cruise ship. I mean, if it's a Disney cruise ship, it'd probably be all right, But, gosh, I'd hate to be stuck on a cruise ship full of coronavirus people.
Seriously. It also...
I mean, there's on a quarantine like that, what they're eventually saying to these people is, you're all going to get the virus, and you're all going to stay on the ship, and none of you are coming to shore.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it is spread throughout that ship, and it would be a good, well, I hate to say this, but it'd be a good epidemiology study, on the ship to see who's going to survive. I mean, it's like a zombie apocalypse.
It does feel like zombie apocalypse.
It does.
Yeah, there was a movie with...
now, they're going to keep them on the ship. The answer is no, but what they have to do is find a place where these people can disembark, but be isolated from the general population.
Weird.
Yeah, and they're going to have to be there for like 2-3 weeks.
Maybe they need to make some island somewhere.
Oh, I'm telling you, Michelle.
Just like a medical island.
The problem, once again, with the coronavirus is we don't know how bad this is going to get. And if the virus does, once again, an antigenic, mutagenic shift in its cellular makeup, I mean, this thing can get nasty. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be a very, very serious pandemic health threat. It's not like your typical, influenza virus that goes around every year, the different types of strains of flu. I mean, they're yes, there's a lot of deaths, 20, 30,000. But this one's unpredictable. I mean, it can get real bad in a big hurry. So, and we've been talking about this since this thing got out of control. And I said on our first doc talk that this thing has potential to get really serious. And I didn't think, all the news was out there quite how serious this thing was. But this is a very novel virus. I mean, this is not typically one you want to see. So, but yeah, MERS and SARS, it's the same virus particle, just a different strain. Mm-hmm. So it evolved.
Yeah.
So, but federal quarantine, no, they're going to lock you up, and we don't know much about the incubation period, how long these people are going to be there. Mm-hmm. If the last person comes down with the virus, okay, we still got to wait 14 more days to see if anybody else gets it. And this little thing putting them on their forehead saying, oh, you don't have a fever, you may enter.
That's not,
That's nothing. This is just a show.
Yeah, it says that the CDC is working with state and local partners to identify locations where eligible travelers coming through 11 designated U.S. airports could potentially be quarantined. This could include military bases, hotels, and other sites. It says that some evacuated from Wuhan, or however you say it, who are staying in military housing. It said 2 charter flights carrying U.S. citizens from Wuhan landed Wednesday to Travis Air Force Base in California. They'll remain there for some not totally anticipated amount of time. Mm-hmm. 2 more flights are expected to land at another Air Force base, in San Antonio, and some in Omaha, Nebraska. So they're basically just bringing these people over, and it says here they only have room for 1,000 persons. He said that, so that's 4 flights.
And that's why these people are still stuck on the cruise ship. There's no place to put them.
Wow. So that's really interesting. The other thing they said, they were talking about like what life is like in federal quarantine. Do you know anything about that? What that looks like necessarily
you just
for them?
look at Katrina and the stadium down there, New Orleans, where the Saints play. That's a federal
That's basically
quarantine.
yeah.
You get a cot, 3 meals, and that's pretty much it.
And just treat it for your any
just sit there
conditions that you
and
have
wait.
until it passes.
That's right. Just sit there and wait. And here's the bad thing about it, because there's going to be a lot of people in there that are not sick and have not contracted the virus, so now they're going to get it because
they probably will
are
because
in
they've
quarantine.
just been suspected as potentially
That's
being
it.
yeah. Ooh, that's scary. It says how long can someone be quarantined? It says the government, this is scary, the government can quarantine someone only as long as necessary to protect the public. That is not defined.
Well, that means indefinitely.
Yeah. Okay. It says on this article too, it says what rights do people in quarantine have? I just want to make sure that this is still going. People who are in quarantine are entitled to a written order from the CDC within 72 hours of being apprehended. It says if a person believes the CDC has made a mistake, they can request the agency reassesses its written order within 72 hours. Doesn't sound like you have a lot of rights. It says those who can afford. Okay, so this, we're not now talking about if you're poor and you might be potentially suspected of having coronavirus. It is always the poor that really get the bad end of this deal because they can't necessarily afford representation should they not have it and need to make the right kind of appeals so that a representative that's appointed to them or whatever, or one that they choose, can get them out of this situation. That's 72 hours. And do they even know that?
Well, it doesn't matter. No one's leaving.
No one's leaving. And it says...
representation, you're not leaving.
Yeah, it talks about who foots the bill for all this, too. Not that we're worried about that because we all want to be safe, but it said his own bill... This one guy says that he doesn't know what other evacuees are being charged, but this one particular person said $1,100 once quarantine is up.
So you have to pay to be in quarantine.
You have to pay to be in quarantine, and you weren't asking to be there.
Yeah, so let me get this straight. The Chinese government in general, blew this, okay? Yeah. They're the ones responsible for it. Now I have to be quarantined. I can't leave. They're going to detain me indefinitely. And then when I get done, because of their mistake, I got to pay the bill.
Yeah. Here's something else.
That's just classic.
What happens if someone...
Government at its finest.
Exactly. What happens if someone violates the quarantine? Federal law states...
Oh, you can be imprisoned.
Yeah. Do you want to hear the worst part? Or not the worst part. I don't know.
Shot?
Same part. Federal law states a person who violates quarantine are subject to a fine of up to $100,000 a year in jail, or a year in jail, and a year in jail, potentially, if the violation doesn't result in death. So basically, if you don't die, you're okay. And if it does result in death, the person would be subject to a fine of up to $250,000 a year.
That's just great.
Oh, I don't even know if I...
Or something that wasn't my fault.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's federal government's fault, but now I got to pay $250,000. This is just... You can't make this up.
But quarantines have been proven to be effective. I mean, I'm not saying I think that's great, but it says, I mean, you said that they've proven to be effective. But like what you said, if you're in quarantine and you didn't have coronavirus, you do now. Congratulations, you win a virus that could potentially kill you. Yeah, that's heavy.
It's scary.
Because it sounds like you're going to be, I mean, that is like apocalypse type stuff.
Yeah, this thing's
going to, out of order.
This coronavirus thing, it's going to be around for a little bit of while, probably a couple of years.
Wow.
We're going to be dealing with this one a long time.
Yeah.
There's way many more cases than
what's even reported.
Yeah.
And just like you said about China and some of the diseases back in the early 1900s, they're not known for necessarily reporting accurately.
No, and this will last a couple of years, and hopefully we'll just keep our fingers crossed. And they'd get worse, but it's coming to the United States. It's a matter of time, and you're going to see stock markets, economic damage. There's going to be lost time at work. I mean, people are going to be panicking. There's going to be run-on food stores. I mean, and of course the media is going to love this one because they're going to blow this way out of proportion.
Oh well, you go to any news site now, it's all they can talk about. They're grateful to have some content.
Yeah, what's that old saying? If it bleeds, it leads.
Yeah.
Any news story make you paranoid, make you go out, want to get a gun and shoot somebody. That's a news story.
Yeah.
But it's no different than the regular. Honestly, right now, it's really no more lethal than an average flu. It's just the problem of it is
they don't know how to get rid of it.
They don't know how to get rid of it, and it doesn't prey on just the old and the young, even healthy people.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a lot.
It is.
Federal quarantine.
I'll tell you something crazy too. Probably if I get the coronavirus, it's going to do me in.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I got real sensitive lungs. I don't do well. I do.
Yeah.
Because I don't do well with lung infections.
Well, we must protect.
I got my
you
pneumonia
at all
shot
costs.
and all that kind of stuff, but no, I don't do well with colds. I mean, I struggle.
They hang around.
I struggle to breathe, so this won't do well with me.
Even some of the things that you've just inhaled from working on the house or working on your cars or whatever, it really seems to affect you a lot too.
I wear the mask and everything, so I try to be careful about it, but I got bad lungs.
Yeah. And by the way, those
Weak
masks
lungs.
in the airport for coronavirus are not going to change anything.
Yeah, they don't work.
So you see them, you're not protecting yourself really.
No, all you do is touch the handrail, sit in a chair. You got it.
Yeah. Well, we will pray for you.
No, thank you.
All right. That's our doc talk. That was kind of interesting.
That was.
Yeah, but really scary at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we hope you guys can take this information and move on with your day.
Yeah, we'll give you another doc talk next week about coronavirus.
Yeah.
We'll see what's going on.
We'll just keep talking about this just like the news.
Make you paranoid.
All right, everyone. Well, we hope you have a great week, and we will see you Friday for Free Advice Friday.
See you then.